everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well and having a great day. In today's video I'm going to show you my everyday makeup and things that have changed over the last few months. I have got quite a lot of new products that have kind of become part of my everyday. I've not done a makeup video in here for quite a long time, so there's products that I'm using now every single day that I really think are worth recommending to you. I've got two new primers and a foundation that I feel like will suit absolutely everybody. Really great products that work well together from brands that I've actually never used before as well. So everything that I do talk about will be linked down below if you want to have a look and maybe shop for yourself or for someone else that you know. And without further ado, let's jump into the video and let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off by prepping my skin. Sometimes I do use a little bit of my setting spray first. This is the one from e.l.f. It's their Dewy Coconut Setting Mist, and it's quite inexpensive as well. It's not like a really super expensive one. I have used lots of setting sprays from Urban Decay. They're really good as well, but if you're looking for a more affordable one, then this one from e.l.f. is really nice and it smells amazing. So next I'm going to go in with the Invisible UV Poreless Primer by Charlotte Tilbury. This is great because it's got SPF 50 in it as well, but there's something really brightening about this. I use about this much, just like a sort of pea-sized amount on my cheeks, my forehead, nose and chin. And this is really good for smoothing out your pores and also brightening your skin. It really does give you that sort of like lit from within look. And actually I've never been a huge buyer or user of Charlotte Tilbury stuff until recently, and I definitely think I've been missing out because their products, everything I've used so far, I've loved. I've loved their lip liner, I've loved their lipsticks, I've loved that primer. I did get a little go of the Flawless Filter in the airport, but they didn't have my shade. And then I never ordered it online, but I am going to use that next because loads of people say it's really good. After having used the Charlotte Tilbury products that I've used so far, this one's really good. You can see how that sort of like brightened and evened my skin out. It's given me a nice sort of like lift. Another really nice primer that I use is this one here by Pixie. If you like that sort of like shimmer. This one I tend to keep just on my cheeks and the areas that I would highlight, like my nose, forehead and cheekbones. But this one's also really nice. This is the Flawless Beauty Primer, Hydrating Glow Primer. It's absolutely gorgeous and it's really hydrating, and having this on under your makeup means that when your foundation starts to wear, you still get that really nice glow underneath. So that one is definitely more of a highlighting primer. So this one is definitely more of like a glowy highlighting primer. This one's also a really nice option, but if you're looking for something that's going to give you more of a highlight, then definitely the Pixie one is great. Before I go into my foundation, I'm going to go ahead and set my brows down. I have actually been getting brow lamination done, which I really like. Sometimes I think they look a bit scary to begin with though, a bit more kind of like Wolverine, but I'm going to go ahead and using the Got To Be Glued Brow Primer. This is really great for getting your brows to sit up in position. My eyebrows do tend to want to sit outwards from my face, so they actually protrude quite far from my head rather than sitting a bit more flat. And as much as I do like to keep them slightly elevated and, you know, going upwards, I don't like them to be too spiky. I like the front of them to sit quite straight and then the rest of them to sort of follow a 45-degree angle all the way around. And then see at the end here when I get to this part and all of them start to stick out, what I do is I sort of take this and I draw a line so that all the ends go down at the same angle, and it just makes it so much easier. So I'm going to do the other side. The only thing about this product that I don't like is sometimes it can dry down a bit shiny, and for that reason I hear that the Refy Brow Primer is much better. Again, I've not tried it, but definitely on the wish list. But you can see I've got really long brow hairs. They want to sit out from my face, but what we'll do is just get them to stay in position with the little brush. I'm going to quickly conceal. So underneath my eyes I use the True Match concealer in the shade Ivory. This one is very well loved, and I literally just pop it. I don't do, you know, a lot of people do this thing where they'll do like a little bit here and then a little bit at the end. I don't tend to do that. I just literally, the sides of this wand I'll take right under my eyes, and then I'll also tail it out here just to give me a slight lift. I'm going to spot conceal. I've very stupidly used a face tanner that doesn't agree with my skin, and it always breaks me out around here. And I did do a little test where I didn't use it for ages and I was fine, and as soon as I used it again it broke me out. So if anyone knows a good face tanner that doesn't do that, then let me know. I think that most people say the U-Tan one with the CBD in it seems to be really good for that, to manage your breakouts. And I'm just using a little sponge just to press that product in a little bit. Next up, it's the hero. Honestly, if you've not tried any products from bPerfect Cosmetics, then you're missing out. This here is Chroma Cover. It's one of their latest foundation releases and it is amazing. I've used it every day since I bought it. Every single day, even for nights out. So this is actually a full coverage foundation. I've got it in the shade W3 and I'm going to take it onto my beauty blender. You only need one pump. So even if it's for like a natural day look, you can get away with using half a pump of this onto a beauty blender. And honestly, like, it just is so thick. I can't explain it. Wait till you see this. It's thick without being cakey though. I'm just going to press it into my skin. I should probably do like a half and half so you can see the difference. This is the perfect colour for me. It just blends in so nicely. It's not cakey, it wears lovely. It's like it is meant to be a matte finish, but I would say it's a demi matte. It's not, you know, cakey the way that we used to wear foundation years ago. It's like a really nice dewy, maybe partly due to the fact that I've prepped my skin with the dewy products, but it is so unbelievably gorgeous and I just can't imagine a makeup bag without that in it now. It's such a good foundation. So can you see how that's changed? Like, it looks like my own skin. It's not really out there where it looks super different from my natural skin. It's just so perfect the way that it blends out. Okay, so in terms of foundation, that's the foundation there. It is perfect. I just love it so much. If anyone's looking for a good foundation, that's your one to get for over winter. It doesn't dry you out, it lasts lovely all day. It's just a really, really great product and I can see me having that for a long, long time. Okay, so something else that's new that I've not mentioned on here, but I definitely have spoken about it on TikTok before, is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sunkissed Glow Bronzer. This is a cream bronzer, lovely packaging as you can see, typical Charlotte Tilbury. It's giving goddess vibes. Inside it's got this big mirror, and then the actual product itself, which as you can see I've used loads of it. So I just take a nice fluffy brush. This one's a buffing brush that I got from Home Bargains, believe it or not, but it's really lovely and soft. What I do is I just usually do like a little circular motion on here and then I just tap it in to the area that I want it to sit, like that, and then I'll do the other side. Which looks a bit scary, and then I'll take it across my nose and then take the excess on my forehead. I used to be really scared of using cream products because I always thought that they would move and not layer nicely on top of each other, but actually the combination of these ones that I'm using just now works so well for me. All I do is take the excess on the brush and take that down my neck. I bronze up my forehead a little bit, and then these ones here I try to just keep it above this line, so I'm just wanting to slowly buff that in. Even pressing it with the brush is quite good usually, especially when you're in a rush. And that just places so nicely on top of that foundation. It's such a great combination of cream products together that actually work and don't make the other one move or make the bronzer look mucky. There's nothing worse than when you've done all of that so far and then you get to the bronzing stage and it ruins it. So if you're looking for a cream bronzer, cannot even recommend this one enough. It's fantastic. And obviously this is like speaking as someone who's obviously not a makeup artist, but I love makeup and I always have done. And I'm not like amazing at it, but I do enjoy doing it. So it's trying to find things that work for you. And also what I'll do sometimes is just kind of give my eyelids a little brush over as well, just to sort of take that bluiness away from the eyelids. And another brush that I found in Home Bargains, it's Olivia Hale's range. So they're all this kind of rose gold and black stuff and they're really nice and soft. So I take a neutral shade. I'm going to go for this one here, the fourth one in the top. I normally just tap this in and I'll just brush that over the entire lid and then go up towards the brow. Just a little bit, really just to kind of more contour my eyes than anything. And I like to just have something on the lid because I think it makes me look a wee bit more like I've made an effort. And I'll also take the excess from this brush right into the side of my nose and sort of join up the little bit of nose bronzing that I did there, just to sort of make this sort of connect like that. So just something like that. And at this point, before I do any of my other cream products, I'm going to go in with one layer of mascara. I don't have any of my lash extensions anymore. I've not had them on for months, and I've grown my own lashes quite long actually, and there's loads of them. So it's quite nice to see the effect of mascara on your own eyelashes. And having semi-permanent lashes is brilliant, don't get me wrong, I love having them on, but they are an upkeep, and it's the trying to find time to slot in appointments and stuff, especially with the kids, and they're expensive and all that kind of stuff. So I thought what I'll do instead of getting my lashes done is I'll just grow my own ones and get different mascaras, see what one works for me. And I must admit, I love being able to do my skincare with no lashes on, because having them off and being able to get right in there to my full face without having to worry about watching the water on them and the products, it's definitely easier when you've not got lashes on. So I've just taken a little bit of this Scandalised mascara, which I have to say is not my favourite, but the one I do use, which is the Better Than Sex mascara, I think might be my other car. So now that I've got my first little bit of mascara on, I'm going to go in with my cream blush. This stuff is amazing, honestly. I feel like I just couldn't live without it. It's the Pixie Cosmetics On The Glow blush. Yeah, On The Glow blush. This one is in the shade Juicy. This is like a really nice coral shade. You can put this directly onto your cheeks, which I do sometimes, or you can just sort of swipe your beauty blender across it, just whatever you prefer. And I take this literally on this part of my cheek here and just press it. And this instantly just gives you vitality. There's just something about this that makes you look so fresh and healthy. It's lovely and glowy, and it's just a really nice shade. You can probably see it better on this side just with the lighting in this room. It's such a lovely blush and really easy to just apply it with the sponge. And what I normally do as well is once I'm finished here with the cheeks or the kind of higher parts of my cheekbones, I also press a little bit on my nose. A little bit of nose blush definitely just warms your face up, and also just makes you look a little bit more sun-kissed. So it looks something like that, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm going to use my powder. This one here I've got is the Huda Beauty baking powder. This is the loose one. It's fantastic. I've got it in the shade Banana Bread. I'm going to just open it up. It smells really good. It smells like someone's perfume. It smells like, you know, when you hug an auntie and you can smell their makeup and their perfume together. That is what it smells like. It's lovely. Like a real warm and familiar scent. So here is the powder. Again, another one of these Olivia Hale brushes. And I'm going to just press that powder just under my eye and on the corner of my nose here. And I try and keep a lot of this powder in the centre, so I'll go across underneath my nose, underneath my eyes, and also here, but I try not to take any of it onto the kind of cheek area. So just really in the centre of my face, where I would get oily basically, is where I like to set it. And I'll go in between the brows, and I don't mind if a wee bit of this actually gets on my brows, because like I said before, that product can sometimes look a little bit shiny, a bit plasticky, a little bit glue-like, so it's quite nice to sort of like give that a bit more mattifying effect. And then at this point I'll normally go in with a little bit of lip liner, because I always feel a little bit all one colour. This one here is actually one by Delilah. This is the Longwear retractable lip liner in the colour Buff, which is a really nice sort of muted warm pink shade. And I can't believe I did that whole section there without trying to talk. So that's the lip liner on, which I then also tend to smudge out a little bit. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes I'll then go, I like that colour, and I don't want to put in any lipstick. But on this occasion I am actually going to put lipstick on, and the one I'm going to use is by Wet n Wild, and this is the exact dupe of Velvet Teddy by MAC, but except this one's like £4 or something. So any of the products I can find I'll leave linked, and if I can't link it then I'll tell you where you can buy it from in store. Tone and shade, it is like for like the same colour as Velvet Teddy, and how lovely are the little like chrome lips on it, it's so nice. I like it like this, but I'm actually going to use a little bit of the Fenty Beauty lip gloss. This is in the shade Fussy, and actually I've got the Fussy Heat one, which is, if you remember years ago, everyone used to use Too Faced lip injection. That's what it's like. This one is just the regular one, but the Heat one's lovely, but it's in my car. I'm a nightmare for putting mascara on and getting it on my eyelids, so I'm going to make sure I've wiped any little bits away now that they're dry. For brows, I'm going to go in with my old trusty Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. I'm going to go in with the cream bronzer in the darkest shade, which is kind of like a brow gel, and this tiny little angled brush. And I'm literally just going to go and draw the front of the brow in a little bit, because I'm a little bit sparse at the front of my brow. And then see the rest of it, I'm going to just draw a little line underneath, just to sharpen it up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, and then I'm just going to go over it all and just sort of like block it in a little bit. This is quite a sheer product, so it doesn't make it look too crazy. And I'll just go again, fluff it through. Just like that, nothing too crazy, just to sort of define it a little bit more. And then I'll go under here and do the same bit. So I'm going to go do another coat of mascara, and then we'll set everything and I'll show you the final look once my hair is done. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and added another layer of mascara and also a tiny little flick of eyeliner, just enough to make my eye a bit darker at the edge and also elongate it. And the only thing left to do now is that same setting spray that I used at the beginning. I'm going to use it now just to melt everything together. All that powder product just to melt into the cream product and also make the makeup last way longer. You guys need to buy that, it smells amazing. So great. Elf coconut setting spray. It's to die for. And that is everything. That is the full makeup done. That's what I do every day to get ready properly. Some days I don't wear makeup at all, but if I'm going to wear makeup, then this is what I do just on a normal day. It really doesn't take long at all. All those products work really well together, and they also work well in a rush. If I don't have time some days, I won't do the second layer of mascara and eyeliner, but all of the actual face products I use religiously, and they are great. Anything that I have used that you want to maybe shop and buy for yourself, I'll leave it below. If you want to see a night out look and how I would typically use this with some lashes and like an actual eyeshadow look, then let me know, because I have got a new palette that I've been using and loving for eyes. And yeah, I'll see you guys really soon. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and if you're already been here for a while, say hello in the comments. It'd be nice to chat to you. Bye guys.